Level 1. The Perimeter Sentinel, the Human Alarm. You have just entered the most stressful, quiet job on Earth. You are a Perimeter Sentinel. Your life is now defined by the exclusion zone, a massive high-security area surrounding a nuclear facility that the public isn't even allowed to look at. You aren't guarding money or people. You are guarding the hell logic. This is the terrifying reality that if you fail for even 1 minute, the material behind you could end a city. Your role is the human alarm. At this level, the 99% fail because they cannot handle the boredom. You spend 12 hours a day staring at a fence line in the middle of a desert or a frozen forest. You are surrounded by millions of dollars in technology, thermal cameras, vibration sensors, and active denial systems. But you are the most important part. You are the one who has to decide in a split second if that shadow moving in the dark is a deer or a four-man sabotage team. You live with the knowledge that you are deadly force authorized. There are no warning shots here. The reality of level 1 is psychological pressure. You aren't just guarding a building, you are guarding a no-fail mission. You are subject to the Personnel Reliability Program. This means your mental health, your finances, and your personal life are constantly monitored. If you get into debt or have a fight with your spouse, you are pulled off the line. The company cannot risk a vulnerable guard. You learn to live in a state of static readiness. You are a professional observer, trained to notice the tiniest change in the environment. A drone that flies too close or a car that drives past the gate twice. Psychologically, you are becoming hypervigilant. You stop seeing the world as a place of people and start seeing it as a series of vector threats. You know that you are the first filter. If an attack happens, you aren't expected to win the war. You are expected to hold the line for the 60 seconds it takes for the heavy muscle to arrive. You are earning stability pay, a high salary not for what you do, but for the constant responsibility you carry. You are a human lock, standing between the world and the hell logic. You are the sentinel of the silent. You have proven you can handle the isolation and the weight of the mission. But to move up, you have to prove you can handle high-intensity chaos. You are ready to stop watching the fence and start hunting the breach. You are moving toward the response tier. Level 2, the Tactical Response Force, the Interceptor. You have moved from the watch to the strike. You are now a member of the Tactical Response Force, TRF. If the Level 1 Sentinel is the alarm, you are the hammer that drops when it goes off. You don't stand at the gate. You live in a high-tech ready room inside the exclusion zone, wearing 60 pounds of gear, waiting for the one sensor hit that isn't a false alarm. Your role is total interception. The 99% fail here because they think like normal SWAT teams. In nuclear security, you don't contain and negotiate. There is no talking. If an unauthorized person enters the inner sanctum, your mission is to neutralize the threat with absolute speed. You are trained in Close Quarters Battle, CQB, specifically designed for the cramped, concrete hallways of a nuclear bunker. You move in armored vehicles designed to withstand blasts, and your goal is to end any conflict in seconds. The hell logic dictates that the longer a fight lasts, the higher the risk of a nuclear event. The reality of Level 2 is the drill life. Because real breaches are rare, your entire life is a simulation. You run live-fire drills every single day. You learn to navigate the maze of a nuclear facility in total darkness using only thermal optics. You are taught hardened target defense, how to use the very architecture of the bunker as a weapon. You know every choke point and every kill zone. You are earning combat-ready premiums, because you are essentially a Tier 1 operator who never leaves the base. You are the internal immune system of the facility. Psychologically, you are becoming conditioned for violence. You are trained to have a short fuse for threats but cold control over your actions. You live in a state of peak readiness that most humans can only maintain for an hour, but you do it for an entire shift. You develop a deep trust in your team because in the hell logic world, the two-man rule applies even to combat. You never move alone. You are a tactical ghost, a force that the public never sees but is the only thing standing between a terrorist and a warhead. You are the master of the breach. You have proven you can win the fight inside the wire. But the most dangerous part of a nuclear weapon's life isn't when it's in a hole in the ground, it's when it's moving. To move up, you have to leave the bunker and take the hell logic onto the open road. Level 3, the Convoy Commander, the Nuclear Nomad. You have left the static safety of the bunker. You are now a convoy commander. In the elite world of nuclear security, this is known as the nomad phase. Your job is to move special nuclear material, warheads, plutonium, or enriched uranium across public highways. You are moving the most dangerous cargo in existence right past unsuspecting families in minivans. Your role is the invisible escort. At this level, the 99% fail because they can't balance stealth with power. You don't drive a truck with nukes or us on the side. You operate a fleet of safeguards transports, unmarked, heavily armored semi-trucks that look like ordinary commercial vehicles but are actually rolling fortresses. As the commander, you sit in a lead scout vehicle coordinating a ghost fleet of armored SUVs, local police, and overhead satellite surveillance. You are managing a moving exclusion zone. The reality of Level 3 is constant vigilance. You are responsible for every inch of the road. You spend weeks planning primary and alternate routes to avoid traffic jams, construction, or suspicious gatherings. You learn the art of mobile defense. If the convoy is forced to stop, you have seconds to deploy a box formation to shield the transport truck. The truck itself is a marvel of hell logic. It is rigged with active denial systems and instant foam traps that can bury the cargo in seconds if someone tries to cut into it. You are earning high-risk transit pay because you are a high-value target in a vulnerable environment. Psychologically, you are becoming the ghost in the machine. You live in a world of plausible deniability. You are surrounded by civilians, but you are not one of them. You see a bridge not as a piece of architecture, but as a structural risk. You see a tunnel as a congestion trap. You develop a protective tunnel vision, where the only thing that exists is the 100 yards of road in front of your lead vehicle. You are the master of the highway, ensuring that the most destructive power in history remains a secret to those living right next to it. You are the nuclear nomad. You have proven you can move the hell logic safely through the world. But now it's time to go deep. You are moving from the road to the capsule, the place where the hell logic is actually managed. Level 4. The capsule officer, the Missler. You have descended into the concrete womb. You are now a capsule officer, commonly known as a Missler. You have moved from the moving highways to a stationary point 60 to 100 feet underground. You live behind an 8-ton steel blast door in a launch control center, designed to survive a direct nuclear hit. You are no longer guarding the weapon from the outside. You are the brain of the weapon itself. Your role is the human safeguard. The 99% fail here because they cannot handle the isolation or the zero-mistake environment. You spend 24-hour shifts in a small, cramped capsule filled with 1960s-era switches and futuristic digital displays. You are the final human link in the hell logic. You are the one who validates the emergency action messages sent by the president. You are there to ensure that the missiles only fire when they are supposed to, and that they definitely fire when ordered. The reality of Level 4 is the two-man rule. You are never alone. Every action you take, from opening a classified safe to entering a code, must be watched and verified by your partner. This isn't about trust, it's about the system. You learn to live in a state of shared responsibility. You spend your time running targeting drills and checking the health of the missiles sleeping in the silos miles away. You are earning special duty assignment pay for the psychological burden of being the one who turns the key. Psychologically, you are entering the strategic trance. You are surrounded by the power to destroy entire continents, yet your daily life is incredibly routine. You have to maintain a perfect mental state. If you show signs of stress or doubt, you are decertified. You realize that you are a component in a global machine. You don't see the cities your missiles are aimed at, you only see alphanumeric strings. You are the master of the void, waiting in the silence of the earth for a call you hope never comes. You are the key holder. You have proven you have the mental discipline to manage the hell logic at its most lethal point. But the system needs to be tested from the outside to ensure it's truly unbreakable. To move up, you must leave the capsule and become the one who hunts for its weaknesses. Level 5. The Inspector General, the Red Team lead. You have moved from defending the system to becoming its greatest internal threat. You are now an Inspector General, specifically the leader of the Red Team. Your job is no longer to follow the rules, but to find every possible way to break them. You are a professional intruder, paid by the government to outsmart the elite guards and technical systems you once helped build. Your role is the reality check. The 99% fail here because they are too loyal to the standard way of doing things. You, however, think like a ghost. You spend months planning simulated breaches. You might spend 3 days lying in a ditch outside a facility with a long-range camera, or you might use social engineering to trick a level 1 sentinel into letting you through a gate. You are the aggressor, testing the hell logic to see if it's a solid wall or just a thin curtain. If you can steal a warhead or disable a silo during a drill, you have done your job. The reality of level 5 is high-stakes chess. You are the most feared person in the nuclear security elite. When your team arrives for an unannounced inspection, the entire base goes into a state of panic. You don't just test the fences, you test the two-man rule and the capsule officer's reaction time. You are earning strategic oversight pay because you are the one who prevents a real-world disaster by finding the human error before a real enemy does. You are the quality control for the end of the world. Psychologically, you have reached systemic skepticism. You no longer believe a door is locked just because a light is green. You see the world through the eyes of a saboteur. You develop a predatory intellect, always looking for the one weak link in the chain. A tired guard, a faulty sensor, or a predictable schedule. You are a mirror, showing the company and the military their own hidden flaws. You are the master of the flaw, proving that even the most hell-logic system is only as strong as the people running it. You are the phantom auditor. You have proven that you can see through the illusions of security. But finding flaws is only half the battle. To reach the next level, you must take that knowledge and use it to manage the security of the entire nuclear triad. You are ready to move into the Strategic Director tier. Level 6, the Strategic Asset Director. You have ascended to the summit of deterrence. You are now the Strategic Asset Director. You have traded your tactical gear and underground capsules for a high-security office at the center of the nuclear triad. You no longer focus on a single site. You manage the security architecture for the entire land-based missile fleet, the submarine-launched ballistics, and the strategic bombers. You are the guardian of the triad. Your role is the policy architect. At this level, the 99% fail because they get bogged down in the details of one base. You must think in global vulnerabilities. You are the one who decides how to distribute the security budget across the nation. You coordinate with national intelligence agencies to track global threat actors before they even reach the border. You are the master of hell logic distribution, ensuring that the security at a remote Montana silo is just as impenetrable as the security at a major naval base. You manage the global shield. The reality of level 6 is the burden of statistics. You spend your days analyzing probability models. You look at the red team reports from level 5 and have to decide which weaknesses are acceptable risks, and which ones require $1 billion fix. You are the one who briefs the highest levels of government on the state of the nation's nuclear readiness. You are earning executive strategy dividends, a massive